Welcome to Minneapolis and the 2014 APS-CPS joint meeting. Now please welcome the president of APS, George Abawi.
Happy Sunday to all. Welcome and thank you for joining us at the opening general session and the award ceremony for the 2014 joint APS-CPS meeting. What a great venue to be back in beautiful Minneapolis, Minnesota. You know, I'm very honored and pleased to serve as the APS president, and I'd like to thank you all for giving me this opportunity and the support. It was also a pleasure to work with such an army of loyal, volunteering colleagues and members, and also to be working with a great and most resourceful staff that we have at headquarters right here in Minneapolis. You know, it is really a pleasure to host this meeting jointly with the Canadian Phytopathological Society. Holding joint meeting give us the opportunity for valuable exchanges and also the ability to expand and grow our connections. So please, throughout the meeting, make sure you meet as many CPS members as you can. Once again, we are broadcasting this session live globally. And for those joining us via live streaming, we welcome you and thank you for joining us. The theme I selected for this year, the meeting, is Plant Health Connections. You know, over the next few days, you will be learning the latest scientific information and exchanges on various investigations that plant pathologists deal with. The overall goal of these investigations and studies is really to guard the health and productivity of plants. Personally, I can argue plant pathology is a multidiscipline, and all these studies are really interconnected and contribute to the broad issues of agricultural productivity and sustainability, food safety and security, environmental quality, and others. Now, in the plenary session on Monday, we will learn the real connection between soil health, plant health, farm and community health, and human health issues. Thus, I would love to see you all there. But now is time to really bring you up to date on the news and activities of our society. Please join me in welcoming APS President-elect and the 2014 annual meeting program, Rick Bennett, who will share the highlight of this year's meeting.
Thank you, George, and good morning, everyone. After a year of planning, we're finally thrilled to see this meeting underway, and from what I've been told, we're off to a great start. I want to start by thanking members of our annual meeting board, led by Amy Tarkowski, for this past year for their hard work and contributions. We put together a unique, diverse, and very progressive program that wouldn't have been possible without this great team. Would the following individuals stand as I read your name? Our program vice chair, Sally Miller. Our A&B director, Amy Tarkowski. Our APS meetings director, Betty Ford. Betty's in the back here somewhere. Our CPS program chair, Dina Arampinelli. And our APS A&B members, Jana Beckerman, Paul Esker, Aaron Hurt, Peter Ogiambo, Naidu Rapapati, Jeff Rollins, and Jerry Whelan. This has been a great team to work with, and we do really appreciate all the hard work and contributions you've done over this past year. So thank you very much for all of the AMB members. Well, as George indicated, we're live streaming this session on the APS website right now. In addition to this session, we're also live streaming both plenary sessions and new this year, 2 special sessions. One on Tuesday, Understanding Phytobiomes to Improve Agricultural Productivity, and the other on Wednesday, Beyond Boar Log, How the Next Generations of Plant Pathologists are Advancing the Green Revolution. For those of you watching this session remotely, we look forward to having you connect with us throughout the week. These sessions will also be captured and archived for anyone who wants to access them after the meeting. For those of you here in Minneapolis, the mobile app is the most efficient method for connecting with all the activities taking place during the meeting this year. Here are just a few of the highlights of the features available. Help us set a record on the number of users this year and download the meeting app. It's free. You will also want to find your way to some of the new opportunities we've developed this year for science. We've included 2 facilitated conversations in an interactive panel format called Phyto Views. If you're interested in an informal conversation on specific issues, join one of our Idea Cafe roundtable discussions in Exhibit Hall D. You may also want to attend one of our poster huddles, which will add an interesting twist to our general poster session. Look for the signs that will direct you to the poster huddles on Monday and Tuesday afternoon. We look forward to hearing from you on how you like these new approaches to our program. George has organized 2 exceptional plenary sessions for our meeting this year. First, on Monday, we'll feature Plant Health Connections. Our speakers are Jan Leach, Harold Van Ness, and Jennifer Thompson, who will make the connections between soil health, plant health, food security, and human health, so you don't want to miss this session. On Tuesday, we'll look at the importance of making your scientific points with the media. Alan Berga of Bloomberg News will present new ways that scientists can better inform the public through media without risking accuracy and integrity. Please plan on attending both of these plenaries. And remember, they both will be held here in the Hilton Hotel. As a special incentive this year, we're offering a drawing for a $150 gift card for attendees of the planning sessions. We'll draw the winner at the end of each session, but you need to be present to win. We're actually going to kick that off with an award at the end of this session, and I think we already have a card that Michelle is going to bring up here. May I have that, please? Oh. Okay, we'll do that later. Okay, finally, after an incredible week of fabulous science, we'll collaborate Minnesota style. I have to work on my Minnesota accent here a little bit, but I'll get it by the end of the week. Minnesota style at Camp Wanamingle. There'll be plenty of great food, followed by good dancing with the local band, The Covers, who I'm told are really very good. Mingle and make your final connections with friends and colleagues before you head home. We've got a great meeting planned for you here in Minneapolis. Throughout the annual meeting, take in all the scientific knowledge presented at our sessions and posters, meet old friends, reacquaint yourself, make new friends, and most of all, have fun. So thanks for joining us at the 2014 Joint APS-CPS Annual Meeting. Thank you. George. Oh, we're going to do the drawing now? Okay, so now we are going to do the drawing here. All right, I'm going to have to put my glasses on for this. We haven't done this before, so this is highly experimental here. Okay, we're going to save this for later. This didn't quite work out the way we had it planned. George.
Well, it's always nice to experiment, and here's the result. Well, thank you, Rick. And let me now quickly kind of review some of the highlights of this past year. You know, during this past year, Council, collaborating with several boards, offices, forums, and committees, divisions, really implemented the strategic plan and priority for APS. And several key issues were addressed, but here are only a few of the highlights of what happened. Evaluation of our publication model has become critical at this time due to the pressure from open access, from the competition from journals like PeerJ and Plus One and others. Under the leadership of Nick Grunwald and the publication board, they have been really looking at different publication model and have really challenged Council to take a look at the future of our journal. And this is looking at options like from potential new features to added functionality. The journals is really the foundation of APS. So we really like to hear from you, and I hope you will stop by either at the Council booth in the exhibit hall or talk to Nick Grunwald or others who are involved. We really like to hear from you. We are continuing to build on the efforts from the last few years. We offered an industry-focused workshop on Thursday just before this meeting, which really brought pathologists with scientists from industries, and it was really great success. And this was in collaboration with our AACC International and many of the industry involved and with their support. It was so success they already decided to have another one next year in Pasadena. OIR, our Office of Industrial Relations, also is continuing to make progress, and now they're working on offering an internship and tours to students next year. And I just want to mention that Ted Tutford has been on Council for a year, and he has been an excellent representative for industry. The Office of Education has a comprehensive plan now, and they're really been implementing at this present time, and including the redesign of the online education center. Additionally, a collaborative effort been underway now between the Early Career Professional Committee, the Graduate Student Committee, and the Culture, Diversity, and Equality Committee to have a new site on the APS net to really kind of focus on early career needs. This will be content-rich and with a lot of information for viewing year-round. Again, if you have any suggestion, ideas, please talk to Chris Wallace or Nick Ward to learn more. Our strategic international partnerships are one of the keys to APS' continued success. This year, we renewed our agreement with the Chinese Society of Plant Pathology. We also established an international task force chaired by Sally Miller to look at all our activities and how to coordinate and how to enhance engagement of our international members. And Council will be considering the recommendation coming soon. I am truly passionate about the need to communicate the impact of plant pathology and to also advocate for extension needs. finding ways to capture our incredible success stories is really critical. Fortunately, our council at large have already developed a new approach and an online form to collect impact statements from all the membership. And they are in the process now of getting feedback. Also, we recently established a new task force to working on taking these impact statements being received and how to have a plan so how we could really extend these in a clear and illustrated manner. Understanding the need of the variety of academic units focused on plant pathology is more important today than ever. In the past, our department head they met at the annual meeting, but they did not have the structure to pass on whatever ideas developed. And because of that, Council this year established the Academic Unit Leaders Forum, which was led by Thomas Baum. And looking forward, we think the addition of the support and the structure will help these ideas and interaction and connection between our academic units across our membership in the U.S. and abroad. Now, this year, an exciting new advocacy target was developed by PBB under the leadership of Jan Leach, called the Phytobiomes. And by the way, by the Biome Initiative, by the way, Jan is the one who coined this term. Now, member involvement is really critical and timely at this time, and we are featuring this effort in a multiple venues throughout the meeting, including the plenary session on Monday. There's a special session on phytobiome on Tuesday, and of course, any of you could stop anytime at the PBB booth in the exhibit hall to learn more and find out how you could be really involved. I'm really pleased to update you on the major investment and new tools that we have made available this year. For the first time ever, you can download APS apps. Well, now we have two, the Turf MD and the Tomato MD from the Apple App Store or iStore. We are also moving our books online and now have 8 titles available on Amazon for e-readers. The journals were enhanced to provide an e-reader mobile format, so for easy viewing wherever you are. And coming soon, plans are underway to put in place a comprehensive online image database on the website that should be in 2015. One final update I'd like to provide you with is the upcoming 11th International Congress of Plant Pathology. APS is taking the lead in organizing the 2018 Congress. You don't want to miss this one-of-a-kind global summit on the sustainable production and protection of plants. We encourage your participation and involvement in organizing session and events, and more information will be coming out soon. And please make sure it is on your calendar and help celebrate the 50th anniversary of ICPP in beautiful Boston, my favorite city. Now, it is clear that APS has had a really great year. Our success is generated from really active engagement of the membership. All these stuff I talked to you about came directly from a member like you. So we really encourage you to continue to give us your thought, ideas, suggestions. Now, I said I get earlier, council have a booth, and we'd love to talk to you about what you have, or you could send us information. And for those of you watching us via live streaming, you could email us at apscouncil@scisoc.org. we truly value your input, and this society was run by members, and we want to keep it this way. And now to hear how we support all these undertakings. Our treasurer, Steve Slack, will be presenting the APS financial status report. Steve?
Well, thank you, George. Fiscal year 2014 was a financially impressive year for APS, and one in which we met or exceeded the majority of our financial priorities. The categories that you see in the first column represent each of the business centers for APS. And if you focus across the bottom row, you'll see the following. For the year ending June 30th, 2014, APS had an unaudited net income of $605,307,307. Total revenue for the year was $4,496,859, and the expenses totaled $4,291,552. On this chart, please note that the last column reflects a distribution of overhead across all income categories. As George has indicated, we've been reinvesting the surplus dollars into innovation projects to help drive the financial health of APS. Projects in this fund include mobile apps, development of an online image database, development of Cadre, which George referred to earlier as well, and the mobile features for the journals. For the income for 2014, as I mentioned, that level was almost $4.9 million. The breakdown for this revenue falls into the following categories. Journals, including phytopathology, plant disease, and MPMI, make up 51% of the Society's revenue. APS Press adds another 15% to that total. Last year, the annual meeting generated 16% of the revenue for the Society, Plant Management Network 9% of the revenue, and member dues comprised only 7% of the total revenue, and I'll mention that again in a bit. Our journals and publications continue to serve as the bread and butter for the Society, and they in total equal about 75% of the revenue of the Society. I will mention that APS Press has many new titles and products now arriving, and this will bolster the impact that it has on our income for the following year. With respect to expenses, the expenses were nearly $4.3 million in this past year, and the breakdown of those costs incurred are as follows. 17% come from member services. These include things such as the Office of Public Relations and Outreach, Public Policy Board, and many others. 14% were from last year's annual meeting. Journals comprise 23% of the cost. Plant Management Network, 4%. APS Press spent 14% of the total expenses, and 27% were general and administrative expenses. And what general and administrative expenses are the building, equipment, technology, phones, bank fees, insurance costs, all those things that run our basic society. Publications and journals accounted for 41% of the year's expenses. Over time, APS has been profitable from its operations. The red line on the graph reports income and pension fund activity. And note that there's been considerable fluctuation, really starting in 2008 compared to earlier years. And this is reflective of significant shifts in funding and outlook nationally in recent years, but I think we've been able to manage fluctuations well. So this concludes my financial report at this time, and I'd like to welcome Dave Gaduri to the stage to report on APS's membership efforts.
Well, thank you. I'd like to welcome the more than 1,500 APS members and their guests, as well as our live streaming audience, to this, our 106th annual meeting of the American Phytopathological Society. I mean, last year we met in the great expansive state of Texas. This year we're in the more compact state of Minnesota. That's the home state of our professional society. And it's a state with a rich heritage, including a world-class department of plant pathology, which you are invited to visit. They have a number of rather well-known former students, including Norman Borlaug, and I'll have more to say about him in a few moments. The present membership of APS worldwide stands at 4,664. We have more than 3,000 regular professional members. About a third of them show up at this meeting every year. We have a slightly smaller percentage of our members as postdocs, all of which reflects the age demographics and employment opportunities in the profession. We've had a lot of retirements lately. We have a lot more coming in the near future. We have a large number of graduates waiting to step into those positions, and a number of those recently opened positions are advertised at this meeting. This is really good news for those of you that are close to graduation, and for those of you who are looking to start a career, or for those of you that are looking for the job candidates. This is the meeting where you should be. Our society is, of course, based in the United States, but we're truly an international society in our membership. Over a third of our membership is distributed across nearly 100 countries around the world. Regional representation shows the strongest presence in Asia and Europe, but if we show the 5 countries with the largest number of APS members, they would be China, Canada, Japan, Brazil, and Australia. Now, interestingly, if APS membership in Brazil keeps on its present tear, they'll be in the #1 spot in 4 years, passing China, meaning that in 4 years they might actually have a chance to win the World Cup of both soccer and APS international membership. So go Brazil. In summary, our membership is stable. It reflects both demographic and economic trends worldwide. Our membership is professionally diverse. It's distributed across several membership categories. That reflects a diversity in the stages of the careers of our members. We're predominantly a U.S.-based society, but we have a substantial and stable international component. I think, though, as a society, we have to aim higher than just stability. So this year, APS is launching several new membership initiatives, including a perennial membership with automatic renewal. When you get to my age, that's really handy. You don't have to remember this anymore. It just happens. You don't have to worry about whether it's time to renew or not. So please take advantage of that. Finally, I want to encourage all of you, individually, to reach out to your colleagues who are not yet members of APS, but who really should be. Encourage them to join us. This organization is perhaps the only effective advocate they have for the future of this profession, and this is not a time to be complacent. The membership dues are peanuts. We're not driving this society based on our membership dues. They're a minor part of our income. That's not why we're making this membership appeal. What we need is your participation and your ideas. I'm here today because in my first semester as a graduate student, my major professor placed an APS membership application before me and then very helpfully offered to wait while I filled it out. There may well be over 1,000 of you in this audience at the moment. I don't know how many of you are watching this online live, but every one of you could probably find and persuade one person to join us. If you do that, when we come back here next year, you'll have no reason to wonder whether or not you've done any real and permanent good, you will have done so. So please do that. One of our most distinguished members was born 100 years ago, on March 25th, 1914. In honor of Norman Borlaug, APS is launching an engagement and outreach effort that we're calling Borlaug's Army. It takes its name from Norman Borlaug's 1970 acceptance speech for the Nobel Peace Prize. Part of that initiative is going to include a free one-year student membership in APS for any undergraduate participating in a recognized research experience for undergraduates or internship program in plant pathology anywhere in the world. You'll be hearing more about that in the coming months, and I'll be happy to speak with anyone after this or during the meeting if you're interested in helping us. Now, on a sadder note, since the Society last met, we've lost a number of our friends and colleagues. Some departed after very long lives and very long careers. Others left us all too soon. Please join me in a moment of silence as we pause and reflect on the lives, the memories, and the contributions of our colleagues lost this past year. Thank you. I'm now pleased to welcome President George Bowie back to the stage.
Well, thank David. Now it's my privilege to kick off our recognitions this year. The first thing we want to do is we are thrilled to congratulate all of our Extension colleagues on the celebration of the 100th anniversary of Extension. The Smith-Lever Act actual date was May 8th, 2014. Will anyone who has worked in Extension please stand and be recognized? Come on, we must have people in Extension here. And that including myself. I really believe that our translational research and the various extension activity delivered by plant pathologists to stakeholders are our visibility and one of the most important contributions of our science in solving the many agricultural problems of today. To commemorate this special event, you may also, I hope you join the special session which will be happening today at 1 p.m. in room 208 CD, which is about extension today, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And there's also going to be a 100th anniversary cake and refreshment at the beginning and throughout the session. I would like to now to recognize the APS council that served with me this past year. So would council member please stand as I read your name. Rick Bennett, Sally Miller, Mike Bain, David Kaduri, Steve Slack, Jeff Jones, Mary Palm, Eric Tedford, Nick Grunwald, Lawrence Dadnoff, and Amy Hope. It was my honor and privilege to serve with you, and thank you very much. And now let's welcome the incoming council member. Tim Murray is our incoming vice president. Tim, you're there somewhere. And then Lindsay Ditut. Oh, sorry, Lindsay. She's our incoming council at large. I promised to learn and spell it better, but I guess, you can't teach an old dog a new trick. We are really pleased to recognize the member leader who are completing their term and this year. So please stand as I read your name. Barbara Valen, David Rosenberger, Thomas Baum, George Sundin, Jeff Jones, and Mike Bain. Thank you for your service to this organization. It's truly appreciated. This was truly an excellent year for APS, as you already heard. It wouldn't have been possible without you, my fellow APS member, and our awesome staff at the headquarters. So thank you all for all you do for our organization. And let us take a look at all the people who were involved this past year. So as I mentioned your name, the category name, please stand and remain standing. Council, board, office, and forum leaders and members, editors-in-chief, editors and reviewers. Come on, don't be shy. Committee chairs and members, session chairs and moderators, task force chairs and members, all members who volunteered this past year, and our APS staff. Well, this is really some volunteerism here. Thank you all for your personal involvement in APS. Now, please let me welcome APS past president Mike Bain to the stage to accept the official president's scroll. Mike has been a tireless worker. He has provided awesome leadership to APS, and I have enjoyed working and learning from Mike. Mike, it is a great pleasure for me to present the APS scroll for you today. This scroll is really a testament on Mike's dedication and all, but not only for his many years of service, especially the last 4 years. What a pair. Now it's really, it is time for the award and recognition portion of our program. So I'm pleased to now officially commence the 2014 award and honor ceremony this morning. It is such an honor to recognize the incredible service, scientific excellence, and dedication of our members at the early part of our meeting. The first portion of this ceremony is focused on recognizing the early career professionals in APS who have received awards this past year. So as you will see soon, we have wealth of up-and-coming talent in APS. So let's take a look at all individuals being recognized this morning for a variety of programs.
APS Early Career Recognition. The APS Student Travel Awards. Science for the World Award. Browning Plant Medicine and Health Travel Award. The French Monard Latin American Award. Frank L. Howard Undergraduate Fellowship. Jane International Research Award. International Travel Award. The Don and Judy Mathery Education Endowment Award. Don and Judy Mathery Student Educational Award. The 14th IE Mel Hughes Graduate Student Symposium Awards. The Schroff Faces of the Future Symposium Awards. The Raymond J. Tarleton Student Fellowship Award. The APS Public Policy Early Career Internship. Plant Pathologists of the Future.
What an impressive display of talent from our early career professional. All of you who are here with us today, please stand up to be recognized. Congratulations to each one of you. We are looking forward to your active participation in the meeting and in APS for years to come. I would also like to point out that on the back of your brochure, we have included a complete listing of all individuals who received awards at their respective divisional meetings. If any of those people are here with us, please stand up to be recognized. No? All division meet? I don't see well with these lights here. It is my really true pleasure at this time to welcome our immediate past president, Mike Bain, to officiate the APS Award and Honor Ceremony. Mike?
Well, good morning to everyone here in Minneapolis and to the hundreds of folks that are listening and watching via our live stream. George, thanks. I have the distinct privilege to present our most prestigious awards on behalf of the Society. The APS Awards ceremony provides the perfect opportunity as we begin this annual meeting to recognize the incredible service, scientific excellence, and dedication of our members. We begin this morning with Ignacio Carbone as the recipient of the Ruth Allen Award, which recognizes individuals who have made an outstanding and innovative contribution to research that has changed or has the potential to change the direction of research in a field of plant pathology.
Ignacio Carbone was born in Toronto, Canada. He received his PhD degree in 2000 from the University of Toronto and joined the Department of Plant Pathology at North Carolina State University in 2002, where he is now an associate professor and director of CIFR. Carbone is internationally recognized for his advances in our understanding of how evolutionary forces contribute to population structure, developing novel web-based tools for contemporary population analysis, and translating this knowledge to application. His demonstration of sexual recombination within Aspergillus flavus has broad implications for developing improved approaches for deploying biological control agents in Africa and other parts of the world. Carbone showed that the population genetics of Aspergillus flavus provides critical a priori knowledge for developing and selecting highly effective biological control strains, and he proposed a management strategy based on the application of female sterile, male fertile strains that can shift populations towards clonality and less aflatoxin.
Ignacio, the American Phytopathological Society is pleased to acknowledge you as the 2014 Ruth Allen Awardee. Receiving the Lee M. Hutchins Award is Natalia Perez. This is an award to an author or authors of published research on basic and applied aspects of diseases of perennial fruit plants, tree fruits, tree nuts, small fruits, and grapes, including tropical fruits, but excluding vegetables.
Natalia A. Perez was born in Brazil and received all her degrees from Sao Paulo State University. In 2004, she joined the Gulf Coast Research and Education Center, University of Florida. Her nomination is based on research published in 2 plant disease papers in 2012 by Perez and Steve McKenzie, a postdoctoral fellow in her laboratory. They evaluated models for anthracnose and botrytis fruit rots and developed the Strawberry Advisory System, SAS, to predict the need for fungicide applications. SAS, available on the agroclimate.org website, not only makes forecasts but also sends alerts to growers by text or emails and suggests fungicides for different circumstances. SAS has reduced the number of fungicide applications on strawberries in Florida by about half, greatly reducing costs and environmental concerns. Following the success of SAS in Florida, she worked with colleagues to expand it to other states, where it is also proving helpful in summer production.
Natalia, the American Phytopathological Society is pleased to present you with the Lee M. Hutchins Award. Next, the Noel T. Keene Award for Research Excellence in Molecular Plant Pathology is presented to Pradeep Kashru. This award recognizes APS members who have made an outstanding contribution or contributions and have demonstrated sustained excellence and leadership in research that significantly advances the understanding of molecular aspects of host pathogen interactions, plant pathogens or plant-associated microbes, or molecular biology of disease development or defense mechanisms.
Pradeep Kashru received his PhD degree at the University of Baroda, India, with a portion of his dissertation research conducted at the University of Wisconsin. He was a postdoctoral fellow at the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology, Zurich, Rutgers University, and the Boyce Thompson Institute. Kashru joined the faculty of the University of Kentucky in the Department of Plant Pathology in 2003 and is currently a full professor there. Kashru investigates signaling mechanisms underlying plant disease resistance, and in particular, the systemic acquired resistance. His notable contributions include demonstrating roles for fatty acids and lipids in plant defense, identifying glycerol 3-phosphate, nitric oxide, and reactive oxygen species as critical signals in systemic acquired resistance, and demonstrating the importance of blue light photoreceptors in plant defense. Besides being an outstanding mentor, Khosrow is on the editorial boards of several journals and has served as chair of the American Phytopathological Society's Post-Resistance Committee.
Pradeep, the American Phytopathological Society is pleased to present you with the Noel T. Keene Award for Research Excellence in Molecular Plant Pathology. Syngenta's Eric Tedford will be presenting Allison Robertson with the APS Syngenta Award. This award is given by Syngenta to an APS member for an outstanding contribution to teaching, research, or extension in plant pathology.
Allison E. Robertson was born in Harare, Zimbabwe. She received her BS, MS, and PhD degrees in plant pathology from the University of KwaZulu-Natal, South Africa, the University of Zimbabwe, and Clemson University, respectively. She started her extension research position with the Department of Plant Pathology and Microbiology at Iowa State University in 2004. In 9 years, she has emerged as a leader with extension and research programs that are of critical importance to growers and to the sustainability of corn and soybean production in the north-central region. Robertson has displayed impressive responsiveness to current issues related to corn and soybean diseases, such as seedling disease biology and management caused by Phytophthora sojei and Pythium species, and science-based information for growers regarding the economic benefits of foliar fungicide applications. Recently, Robertson initiated research to understand the ecology of Clavibacter michiganensis, subspecies nebraskensis, which causes Gauss's wilt of corn.
Allison, the American Phytopathological Society is pleased to present you with the Syngenta Award. The 2014 International Service Awardee is Valerie Verdier. This award recognizes outstanding contributions to plant pathology by APS members for countries other than their own. Contributions may have been made through collaborative projects, sabbaticals, short or long-term assignments with educational or government agencies, including but not limited to international centers and research institutes.
Valerie Verdier is a native of France and obtained her doctoral degree in plant pathology in 1988 from the University of Paris, 11. She is recognized for her international research on bacterial pathogens that cause devastating diseases of cassava and rice. Verdier has had posts with the IRD in Africa and Colombia. Her recognition as an expert on diseases caused by Xanthomonas was earned through her pioneering uses of diverse approaches. Her studies of Xanthomonas oryza pathivars and Xanthomonas exonopodes, pathivar manihodis, have contributed to understanding how these bacteria cause disease and to their control. Verdier identified novel disease-causing bacterial strains in developing countries and discovered new sources of disease-resistant germplasm and a screen for resistance to specific effector genes. Her studies identified newly emerged bacterial strains that are endangering rice production in Africa. Verdier has built lasting collaborative networks between plant bacteriologists in Europe, Africa, China, and the Americas, and she trains young pathologists in developing countries. Verdier received the European Commission's prestigious Marie Curie Fellowship.
Valerie, the American Phytopathological Society is pleased to present you with the International Service Award. We are honored to award the APS Excellence in Extension Award to Mohammed Khan. This award recognizes excellence in extension plant pathology.
Mohammed F.R. Khan was born in Guyana, South America, and received his B.S. degree from the University of Guyana, his M.S. degree from the University of Bath, and his Ph.D. degree from Clemson University. From 1986 to 1995, he successfully executed the rehabilitation of the coconut industry in Guyana. Since 1999, he has served as the Extension Sugar Beet Specialist and professor with a joint appointment at North Dakota State University and the University of Minnesota. Khan leads an exemplary extension program where his target audience produces 60% of U.S. beet sugar, with a $4 billion total economic impact. Khan developed recommendations for Cercospora leaf spot that have resulted in a 40% reduction in fungicides with no adverse effects on yield and reduced production costs by $14 million annually. His work is widely published and he is recognized locally, regionally, and internationally. He has provided extensive service to several organizations, including the American Phytopathological Society.
Mohammed, the American Phytopathological Society is pleased to acknowledge you with the Excellence in Extension Award. We are pleased to award the APS Excellence in Industry Award to Stephen Gilling. This award recognizes outstanding contributions to plant pathology by APS members whose primary employment involves work outside the academy or the federal realms for either profit or not-for-profit.
Stephen Gilling, president of Gilling Data Management, was raised on a diversified farm in Minnesota. He earned his B.S. degree in agricultural education in 1975 from South Dakota State University, then taught vocational agriculture at West Leon Community School in Iowa. He was a plant science research assistant at SDSU from 1978 to 1984, and then pesticide impact assessment coordinator until 1985, when he received his Ph.D. degree in agronomy. He then began as Extension Computer Specialist in South Dakota and launched a statewide extension computerization project. In 1989, he started work full-time at GDM. In 1982, Gilling and his wife created ARM software for managing agricultural research trials. The software helps researchers create, document, analyze, and report their research data and transfer it to others. ARM was the first to support electronic data exchange and standardized agricultural research terminology as defined by the National Agricultural Chemicals Association. Approximately 8,000 clients in 75 countries and 1,000 institutions use ARM software in 11 supported languages.
Stephen, the American Phytopathological Society is pleased to acknowledge you with the Excellence in Industry Award. I am privileged to present the Excellence in Regulatory Affairs and Crop Security Award to Kenneth Eastwell. This award recognizes outstanding contributions to regulatory plant pathology, crop security, and trade enhancement efforts by APS members.
Kenneth C. Eastwell received his doctorate in plant biochemistry at the University of Alberta, Canada, followed by postdoctoral studies in molecular virology at the University of California, Davis. He conducted research for Agriculture and Agri-Food Canada in Summerland, British Columbia, identifying and managing viral diseases of fruit trees, particularly little cherry disease. He is an advisor to Fruit Tree Foundation and quarantine programs in Canada and the United States. Eastwell joined the Department of Plant Pathology at Washington State University in 1997 to direct the program that distributes virus-tested fruit tree clones globally. The program expanded to include hop plants and grapevines to form the Clean Plant Center Northwest in 2011. Eastwell was appointed director. He advanced the concept and operation of the National Clean Plant Network for virus control formalized in the 2008 Farm Bill. Eastwell maintains an active research program investigating viruses and their management in perennial specialty crops.
Ken, the American Phytopathological Society is pleased to present you with the Excellence in Regulatory Affairs and Crop Security Award. I'm privileged to present the Excellence in Teaching Award to Joseph Alexander Verriet. This award recognizes excellence in teaching plant pathology.
Joseph Alexander Verriet was born in Meerbusch, Germany. He received a BS degree from the University of Bonn in 1981 and a PhD degree in agricultural sciences from the Technical University of Munich in 1985, where he also acquired his habilitation in plant pathology in 1992. In the same year, he became a full professor of plant pathology at the University of Kiel, where he still serves as head of the Department of Phytopathology. Verriet has developed and taught courses in plant pathology at Kiel, including plant nutrition and phytomedicine, host pathogen interactions, and ecological aspects of pest management. He has achieved recognition for his own teaching and for his award-winning teaching videos, which use animation to bring epidemiology alive for students. He has integrated applied research with his teaching. He has supervised and mentored 85 undergraduate, 54 graduate, and 34 PhD students, teaching at both undergraduate and graduate levels. His students give him high marks, especially for his special ability to illustrate the principles he teaches.
Joseph, the American Phytopathological Society is pleased to present you with the Excellence in Teaching Award. And I'm going off script a little here. First, a shout out to his colleagues at the University of Kiel who are listening and watching us live stream. And second, it was a big month for Germany. First, the World Cup, and now Joseph's winning of the Teaching of Excellence Award. The Society grants the honor of Fellow to current APS members in recognition of distinguished contributions to plant pathology or to the American Phytopathological Society. Each Fellow will also be presented with an APS Fellow pin. And if you look closely to others at the conference, you'll see that previous Fellows are also sporting that pin. Our first APS Fellow recipient today is James Adescavage.
James E. Adescavage received a BS degree in agronomy in 1982 at the University of Connecticut, and his MS and PhD degrees in plant pathology in 1984 and 1986, respectively, at the University of Arizona. He was a postdoctorate researcher and then plant pathologist at the University of California, Davis. Adeskavic joined the Department of Plant Pathology, University of California, Riverside in 1995 and was promoted to full professor in 2004. Adeskavic is recognized nationally and internationally for his outstanding contributions on the biology, epidemiology, and management of pre- and post-harvest diseases of tree fruit and nut crops. He helped develop most of the newer post-harvest fungicides and resolve quarantine problems and international trade of fruit crops. He received appreciation awards from the California, Argentina, and Chilean fruit industries and received the APS Lee M. Hutchins Award. He served APS as Associate Editor of Phytopathology, Pacific Division President, Counselor, Division Forum Representative, and as a Financial Advisory Committee member.
Jim, for your outstanding accomplishments in original research, teaching, and service to plant pathology, the American Phytopathological Society is honored to present you with the APS Fellow Award. Our next fellow is Christopher Clark.
Christopher A. Clark earned his BS, MS, and PhD degrees from Cornell University. Clark's achievements have come from his groundbreaking research on the etiology, epidemiology, and management of sweet potato diseases. Clark elucidated the biology of chlorotic leaf distortion of sweet potato caused by epiphytic development of Fusarium denticulata. Clark demonstrated that Fusarium oxysporum from at least 3 distinct lineages causes wilt on sweet potato and that the host ranges overlap Fusarium subspecies Nicotiana. Clark demonstrated that Streptomyces epomeae is able to penetrate sweet potato roots directly. Clark's research enabled the LSU Agricultural Center program to develop multiple disease-resistant cultivars. Clark helped unravel the role of viruses in sweet potato cultivar decline and characterized several viruses new to the United States. Based on Clark's research, virus-tested sweet potato seed became available to growers in Louisiana. His research has had a positive impact on the sweet potato industry, locally, nationally, and internationally, while also making fundamental contributions to the discipline of plant pathology.
Chris, for your innovations in research, the American Phytopathological Society is honored to present you with the APS Fellow Award. Our next Fellow Award goes to Thomas Gordon.
Thomas R. Gordon received his PhD degree in plant pathology from the University of California, UC Davis, where he thereafter served as a postdoctoral scholar. He joined the faculty at UC Berkeley in 1985 and moved to UC Davis in 1996, where he served as chair of the Department of Plant Pathology from 2005 to 2013. His research on plant pathogenic fungi has provided insights into the origins of pathogenic races, the structure of fungal populations in soil, and the capacity for wilt pathogens to colonize non-susceptible crops asymptomatically. Gordon's work also provided the first documentation that systemic induced resistance is operative in natural populations. He served as an associate editor of Plant Disease, an associate and senior editor for Phytopathology, and a senior editor for APS Press. He teaches a general education course that introduces more than 500 students each year to the importance of fungi as pathogens of plants.
Darth, Zorro, Tom, for your contributions to the research of plant pathology and your professional and public service. The American Phytopathological Society is honored to present you, all of you, with the APS Fellow Award. Our next fellow is Stuart Gray.
Stuart M. Gray earned his BS degree in marine science at Southampton College, an MS degree in entomology, and a PhD degree in plant pathology from North Carolina State University. In 1987, Gray joined USDA ARS and the Department of Plant Pathology at Cornell University. Gray is recognized internationally as a vector biologist, combining varied approaches to characterize relationships between viruses, aphid vectors, and plant hosts. Gray also works closely with the potato industry on epidemiology and management of viruses, recently playing a major role in addressing the threat of potato virus Y to the production and international trade of seed and commercial potatoes. Gray earned the Early Career and Senior Scientist of the Year awards from USDA ARS and the Meritorious Service Award from the American Potato Industry, and he is a Fellow of AAAS. Gray's APS service includes membership in the Virology and the Vector Pathogen Complexes Committees and Senior Editor of Plant Disease.
Stuart, in recognition of your contributions to plant pathology, research, teaching, professional and public service, the American Phytopathological Society is honored to present you with the APS Fellow Award. Our next fellow is Mary Hausbeck.
Mary K. Hausbeck received BS and MS degrees in horticulture from Michigan State University, MSU, and her PhD degree in plant pathology from the Pennsylvania State University. She returned to MSU in 1990 and was promoted to full professor in 2002. Hausbeck is responsible for extension and research on diseases of ornamentals, herbs, and vegetables. Her research provides disease management recommendations and contributes new knowledge on the biology and epidemiology of pathogens. Hausbeck's program is highly productive and innovative and is nationally and internationally recognized for its excellence and responsiveness to industry needs. Her high esteem among growers and colleagues is reflected by numerous awards, including the Excellence in Extension Award from APS, and the direct and measurable impact she has had on the industry. She also has been an excellent mentor to her graduate students and has served APS and the discipline of plant pathology with great commitment and distinction.
Mary, for your original research, teaching, and administrative contributions, the American Phytopathological Society is honored to present you with the APS Fellow Award. And our next fellow is George Hudler.
George William Hudler holds BS and MS degrees from the University of Minnesota and a PhD degree from Colorado State University. He joined the Cornell faculty in 1976 and rose to the rank of professor and served as chair of plant pathology and plant microbiology from 2004 to 2011. All the while, his well-respected extension and research programs on tree diseases thrived, and he remained a popular invited speaker at numerous professional meetings. Pudler is a nationally recognized master teacher who has enthused thousands of students and laypeople who might otherwise have never heard about fungi or plant diseases. He's probably best known for his course, Magical Mushrooms, Mischievous Molds, which has garnered national and international attention and has been emulated at colleges and universities nationwide. He has received numerous teaching awards and recently was selected as one of the nation's top 300 professors across 60 fields.
George, for your original research in teaching excellence, the American Phytopathological Society is honored to present you with the APS Fellow Award. Our next fellow is Roger Jones.
Roger A.C. Jones received a B.S. degree from Cambridge University in 1966 and a Ph.D. degree from St. Andrews University in 1971. His UK and International Potato Center, Peru research focused mainly on potato viruses. In 1986, he joined the Western Australian Department of Agriculture, becoming Principal Plant Virologist in 1992, Plant Pathology Section Manager in 2000, and Adjunct Professor at Murdoch University and the University of Western Australia in 2004. He is currently a UWA professor. He is recognized internationally for addressing practical aspects of virus diseases significant to global agriculture. His research includes virus diseases of diverse arable and vegetable crops, pastures and native plants, spatial and temporal epidemic analysis, integrated virus disease management, predictive modeling, climate change, and virus emergence. His 195 research papers and 35 reviews establishing global integrated virus disease management principles were cited more than 5,300 times. He chaired the ISPP Plant Virus Epidemiology Committee from 1999 to 2007.
Roger, for your original research and distinctions in teaching, extension, and service, the American Phytopathological Society is honored to present you with the APS Fellow Award. Our next fellow is Gary Mormon.
Gary W. Mormon was born in Albany, New York, and obtained his B.S. and M.S. degrees in botany from the University of Maine in 1971 and the University of Vermont in 1974, respectively. He earned his Ph.D. degree in plant pathology from North Carolina State University in 1978. Following 4 years as an assistant professor at the University of Massachusetts Suburban Experiment Station, he became a faculty member at the Pennsylvania State University. In 30-plus years at Penn State, he has written more than 200 extension publications, produced 1 patent, and wrote 56 peer-reviewed papers. He authored chapters and assisted in editing Diseases of Herbaceous Perennials and Biology, Detection, and Management of Plant Pathogens in Irrigation Water, published by APS. Mormon has made more than 750 presentations, supervised 11 graduate theses, and taught 6 plant pathology courses. He has served APS as Counselor at Large, Northeastern Division President, Ornamental and Turf Diseases Committee Chair, and as Senior Editor for APS Press, Plant Health Progress, and Plant Disease.
Gary, in recognition of your contributions in profession and public service, the American Phytopathological Society is honored to present you with the APS Fellow Award. Our next fellow is Tomonori Shiroshi.
Tomonori Shirashi received a BS degree in 1970 from the College of Agriculture, Okayama University, Japan, and a PhD degree from Nagoya University in 1980. He was hired as assistant professor of plant pathology at Okayama University in 1970 and was promoted to associate professor in 1985 and to professor in 1992. Shirashi has contributed to our understanding of the mechanisms of specificity between plants and fungal parasites based on his research on how P defenses are suppressed by Mycosphaerella pinodes. He discovered glycopeptide suppressors, suppressants A and B, in the spore germination fluids that blocked phytoalexin production and induced accessibility only in host plants. He demonstrated that suppressants bind cell wall NTPase with a higher affinity than elicitors, which accounts for induction of accessibility. He also showed that suppressants regulate many redox enzymes in cell walls that play key roles in the most external defense response and signal transmission.
Tomonori, in recognition of your outstanding achievements in original research, the American Phytopathological Society is honored to present you with the APS Fellow Award. Our next fellow is James Stedman.
James R. Stedman was born in Cleveland, Ohio. He received a BA degree in biology from Hiram College and MS and PhD degrees in plant pathology at the University of Wisconsin-Madison under the direction of Luis Secura. He joined the University of Nebraska-Lincoln faculty in 1969. From 2000 to 2002, he was acting head of plant pathology and has been head since 2007. Stedman is internationally renowned for studies of dry edible beans, particularly in Latin America and Africa, and has worked extensively with white mold of dry beans and soybean, and rust of dry bean for more than 40 years. Stedman has contributed to the release of more than 10 varieties and 20 breeding lines of dry beans, and has authored more than 150 abstracts, 112 refereed journal articles, 11 book chapters, and more than 164 additional scientific publications. Examples of his APS service include PPB, OIP, OPRD, leadership in 2 divisions.
Jim, for your contributions in original research and professional and public service, the American Phytopathological Society is honored to present you with the APS Fellow Award. Our final fellow award goes to Brett Tyler.
Brett M. Tyler received his PhD degree in medical biology from the University of Melbourne and was a postdoctoral fellow at the University of Georgia. Following appointments at the Australian National University, the University of California, Davis, and the Virginia Bioinformatics Institute, he became director of the Center for Genome Research and Biocomputing at Oregon State University and professor of botany and plant pathology in 2012. He received APS's Noel T. Keene Award in 2008. Tyler's research has made seminal contributions to our understanding of plant pathology and the molecular basis of recognition between oomycetes and their hosts. His team cloned the first A virulence gene from an oomycete and led the sequencing of the first oomycete genomes, from which came the discovery of RxLR effector proteins. Tyler's leadership is widely respected for fostering a strong spirit of collaboration in the oomycete community and actively fostering the careers of junior scientists.
Brett, for your leadership and dedication in professional and public service of plant pathology, the American Phytopathological Society is honored to present you with the APS Fellow Award. Okay, would you please join me in congratulating all of our award winners today? One more time. It's really an honor and quite terrific to see all of these award winners. I have a public service announcement before I pass it off to George to move us along here, and that is a note from our Awards and Honors Committee and all of the groups within APS that actually take your nominations and make the final selections of our awardees. I think this is a tremendous testament to how we hold each other up and support one another. The deadline for the awards committee to receive your input is November 1. There was a notice of this in Phyto News and several other venues. So if you could please think about nominating your colleagues, your students for these awards, that'd be greatly appreciated. George? Okay. Rick?
Okay, this is totally off script. So we do have the award winner now for the $100, $150 gift card number. The person who has the number 194061. If you checked your ticket in your badge, or on the bottom of your badge, you are the award winner. You can pick up your $150 gift certificate at the registration desk. If you check your badge, it is 194061.
Raise your hand.
We have it right up in the front row here.
All right.
Congratulations. Thank you. All right, George, back to you.
What an awesome display of talent and accomplishment by a colleague in our society. That's what makes our society so great. So this really concludes the APS Award and Honor Ceremony. So please take this opportunity as you see all these award winners to congratulate them and chat with them throughout the meeting. Once again, congratulations to everybody, and we'll see you later at the 4 p.m. welcome reception. So have a good afternoon.